What is up, my sci-fi people? My name is Rosendo, and this is my channel, Sci-Fi Rose. Welcome back to my channel where I'll be discussing my current read for the week. As I mentioned last week, I was going to be digging into 2001, A Space Odyssey by Arthur C. Clarke. I finished it earlier today. So glad I did. A very interesting book. I've already seen the movie, so I already had an idea of what the book was going to be about, and definitely much more detail in the book, and a couple different things that I felt were interesting enough to be worth the read. Not to mention that it was a classic in its own right. One of the reasons I really enjoyed the book is because it has to do with space exploration. That's one of my favorite things to read about within science fiction, science in general. It's something that I hold close to my heart because growing up, that's what you wanted to do. Everybody, right? Everyone wanted to be an astronaut. So this definitely is there, not only for sentimental or nostalgic reasons, but in all, it's a great written out book and story. It has to do with space exploration, artificial intelligence, the goods and the bads, and where human beings could potentially go into the future. I would suggest to read this regardless of who you are. If you like science fiction, it's a classic, so that speaks for itself. Also, if you are the type of person that enjoys reading about space exploration, those are the main reasons why you would consider reading this. The book was very easy to follow. Arthur C. Clarke was able to write a very easy to read book that really skipped around as far as I would consider a book to be able to do, but it worked really well on how it was all put together. What I also enjoyed about the book is it made me think about what I do really know about science and what I don't, and maybe I should dig a little bit more to see how much we actually have done since that period in general, what we're capable of, what we will be capable of doing in the near future, and something that could happen far in the future with technology. I feel like that's more or less the gist of this novel. There's definitely a lot more that could be said about it, but it's a short read. I would suggest reading it when you have a chance, if you haven't already. I was really excited about it just because of the fact that I've seen the movie and I'm a big fan of Stanley Kubrick. Tonight I will be watching this movie, and that way I can kind of look at what the differences are. I'm sure I will notice a lot more things that I hadn't, and see if those actually were just taken out or something that I just didn't notice or pay attention to the other times that I've seen the movie, because I've definitely seen the movie several times. I just would love to see. I haven't. It's been years, so it's going to be nice to finally go back to watching it once more. So now at this point, done with this review for 2001: A Space Odyssey. Highly recommended for any sci-fi reader. Now we go on to what I will be focusing on for next week. I wanted to stick to something a little bit newer just because I've been reading, mainly classics at this point. So I wanted something from the 21st century, and that's what I did. Bear with me here. Okay, The Three-Body Problem by Cixin Liu. I've heard really good things about this book, and I'm very excited about it. It has to do with alien invasion, and I think I read a quote about it. It's War of the Worlds for the 21st century. So I'm very excited to see if it actually compares. Whether or not it compares doesn't really matter, but what I've seen, I don't like to really read about books a lot before I end up deciding to read. I don't want to get any spoilers, especially something like this that I don't believe there's a movie for. But what I will do is go ahead and read a little bit about the book, make sure that it's on the topics that I'm interested at that point in time, and then go with the overall rating of what I've seen people on the book itself. And then I just buy it, and then I get it in the mail, and hopefully I enjoy it and I'm able to make a pretty decent review and have something available for people that are interested in this, have read it, and have their own perspective on how they enjoyed the book or not. So with that said, I appreciate you listening to my review. Please comment, subscribe, like, let me know what you liked about this book, 2001: Space Odyssey, what you didn't like about it, and if there's any recommendations on what I can read next time, any recommendations on what I should add to reviews, what I should not allow in reviews as well. With classics, I feel like I could probably get away with some spoilers. I'm just not ready to do that, but maybe as I move forward in this video making reviews, then I can evolve a little bit more into doing that. I just don't know yet, because I like to know as little as possible about a book, about a movie, before I read it or watch. With that said, thank you very much for tuning in, listening in on my video, and I will see you next week, next Sunday, just like always. Thank you.